Welcome back to another episode of Rooted Podcast. On this episode, we may push some buttons here. We might
button pushing.
We are going to talk about some of the more common things you may hear in the hunting world that may not be as true or as factual as you think they might be.
Correct.
So let's just dive right into it.
Number one.
Go for it. I already know what you're going to say.
The fact that people say that you can't take a whiz out of your deer stand is false.
And kill a deer. You absolutely can.
It is false because I have done it so many times. I have turned around, stepped out the back of that shooting house, shot my little whizzy there, and then sat back down 10 minutes later, killed a buck.
Yep. Or, you're up in a tree and you just got to let her rip, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I think what happens is we get to thinking too much about it.
Yeah.
Instead of just hunting, we think that, we got it all figured out. And sometimes I think if we just go and sit in the woods,
yeah, especially for the deer, like if the wind's in your favor, you'll probably be all right.
It don't matter what you do. If the wind's in your favor, as long as they can't see you and hear you, you're fine.
Yeah, that'll be good.
There
you go.
But dude, I'm telling you, I had this one doe one time. She was out in front of me, and I thought, I'm going to see what I can get away with. Just because I'm curious. I've been told my whole life, you can't move, you can't do this, you can't do that. Well, dadgummit, I move a lot. I do. I move a lot. I talk a lot. I can't help myself. And guess what? We still kill big deer.
Yeah.
And a bunch of them. So it's all about knowing when to stop moving. When to stop talking.
Yeah, it's like getting in kill time, It's like, here we go. Real serious.
Now, I will say I have been busted a few times. But haven't we all? And,
Yeah.
So this doe, she was right there about 20 yards from the blind, and I thought, I'm about to take a whiz right out the back of this blind right now. See what happens. She didn't even pick her head up.
Should be all right.
I was like, well, that disproves that.
Yeah, I think there's just a moment in time for everything. Like, I can remember my dad telling me, we were on this lease once, and he was like, dude, I was sitting there, and of course he says, I was taking a whiz, so I had my thing in one hand and a cigarette in the other. So there's my dad is whizzing and smoking. He said, oh, big old deer walked down, shot that sucker. And I'm like, there you go. It's not that serious, guys.
It's not that serious. And, it's like my dad used to get on to me for passing gas in the deer stand. And I'm here to tell you, I never quit.
No.
I did the same thing, man. I guess it was year before last. I was sitting in the Field of Dreams. There was probably, 10, 15 deer out there. And, man, I had to rip one something serious. And I thought, well, this is a great time to see what it's going to be like, if we're going to blow the whole field out or not, because the shooter's not out here. And
well, and hopefully it, doesn't turn into something where you may need to take a sock off.
That has happened before. That has happened before. Well,
we've all been there, boys.
I'm telling you.
I always got my emergency TP on staff.
I should have some on staff. It's either a shirt tail or a couple socks. But anyway, so I ripped this big old fart. And it bounces off the walls of the shooting house. And I'm starting to giggle now, like a little 2-year-old. And not a deer one lifted there. Not a deer one lifted their heads.
Oh, man. I got this bad cough right now. Oh, man. It's awful.
Oh
we're
my
so
gosh.
Stupid. This show sucks.
It does suck. Why would anybody listen to us? Oh my gosh. But that just goes to show you.
Oh, this is great.
Oh, man. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
this is good. Oh, dude.
God, over there,
No,
John, your eyes are watering a little bit.
Oh, man. I'm dying laughing.
Oh
over
my
here.
gosh.
Get to coughing. This is rough, boys.
The reason why John's laughing so hard is because he's experienced that ripping in the stand before.
Man. And then you got a cough that goes along with it.
Yeah, you got a cough that goes along with it.
Oh, anyway.
You know the funny thing is too is like making loud noises and stuff. So you know that coal buck that I killed a couple years ago that had the perfect 4 on one side and then the fork off the main beam, and that was it. That's all he had. He come out and dude, I was sick as crap. I mean, I was sick, coughing, hacking, snorting, wheezing, everything. And, you know, I couldn't ever get it to where it would just stop. You know, it was happening. It was going, and nothing you could do about it but just hope and pray something didn't hear you. Yeah. And, you know, I looked up, and I was actually filming a commercial for a company. Didn't even know the deer's out there.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking like we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Windows are closed, and the blind, obviously. So, I mean, yeah, that muffled a lot of the sound. That deer didn't pay us no attention. I turned around and was like, oh, my gosh, there's Buck.
Gotta love that.
Is he a shooter? I don't know. Let me look. Sure enough, he was one I had on the hit list.
No cold book.
And I sent him to Beulah Land, that 065 PRC, just because you done. Dead in his tracks. Didn't take another step. But the point of that is I had just got done hacking my guts out. Mm-hmm. And I just got done doing a minute-long interview.
Yeah.
And still killed a buck.
Dude, I tell you, man, we've been sick a couple times up in a tree. And dude, them little seeper calls, we were popping them like it owed us money.
Especially in Georgia.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, dude. In Georgia, man, it sounded like there's no bugs.
Ain't had no bugs down there, man. We're in South Georgia.
Awful. It was like, dude, we need to just stop and rest for a day. But we didn't. We don't know how to do that.
Yeah, we don't know how to rest. We don't know how to stop. We just kind of just keep going.
So anyway, you know, my point is we're sitting there and we are trying to be quiet, but we're also like we're sitting there coughing, clearing our throats, sneezing, you know, doing the whole like, you know, ordeal and like moving because it's just uncomfortable and it's like, and then we shoot a big old deer.
Yeah, he come through. You remember I saw him.
Yep, grunted.
Either me or you, one of us saw him. I don't remember. Anyway, we saw him and I grunted at him, and I'll be daggone if he didn't just turn and come right to us.
Yeah, man, and you know that was just one. We had another shooter to our right, and we never couldn't get on him. Something happened, or something.
We had deer on us all morning long.
That big old 6-point we almost shot.
Yeah,
I'll
kill that deer next if I see him again.
Well, at least this story ends with us shooting a deer.
Yeah, we did shoot the deer on this one for sure. We did do that.
We had that one little buck come and lay down
right under us, and we both up there coughing.
So, like, the point is, like, you know, I think if that deer wants to run from you coughing, it will, and if it don't, then it won't.
I do too.
You know what I mean? I don't think it's as big of a deal as it's portrayed out there normally.
No, I don't either. I don't either, you know, but I will say, though, you know, my dad used to get on me for walking loud in the woods.
Oh yeah, dude.
But then when you look at deer and turkeys coming through the woods, it sounds like a herd of elephants.
It definitely can. It's weird because I've heard them like, you know, you'll just have deer show up.
Yeah.
And it's like you must have walked quiet, and others times like. So, you know, I try to actually when I'm walking, walk on the side of my foot. Try to.
Yeah.
Less surface area. But I will tell you, you know, you don't want to go in there just running. But
no,
but
you don't want to do that.
But yeah, you can get away with more than you think.
Yeah, you can. And you know, I'm not saying don't do your due diligence and hunt the wind. I mean, you have to hunt the wind because they have incredible noses.
But it goes back to our episode of I forget which one it was a time or two ago. You know, we were talking about entry and exits. Like if you make your entry and exit nice, you can just kind of walk how you want to.
Exactly, that's the point. You can just get in there, get it done,
get in there in enough time.
All that
jazz.
Rushing in there right at shooting light.
So it's like you can, you know, make it work.
Yeah, you can absolutely make it work, and you know, so I would just say hunt how you want to hunt. If you got to let a tinkle go, if you got to rip a tooth,
You gotta do what you
have
gotta
at
do,
it.
man.
You know, hammer down.
You will live. It'll be okay.
I'm telling you, I ain't holding in. I feel like I'm about to explode.
And listen, the little crinkle from a little Debbie won't scare
Oh,
away
it
that deer,
don't. No.
Anything brings them in. I feel.
I feel like it does too. That little Debbie's so good, and I don't care who you are. I don't care what your opinion is. I will not stop eating little Debbie's in the deer blind.
Yeah.
Or the duck blind.
You almost have to. It's a law. Really.
It's a rite of passage. It's the ranch.
I mean, you need a Star Crunch. You need a honey bun. You need a, pack of them white powdered donuts.
You know what? I just realized why I didn't kill that turkey, and
there it was.
I didn't have my honey bun in my pocket.
Mm.
That's it.
That'll do it.
And they didn't have none in Montana. I guess Montana doesn't believe in honey buns.
They're better
We
than
stopped
we are,
at
huh?
two different gas stations and grocery stores, and there wasn't a honey bun anywhere.
Mm.
I thought, well, this is trouble.
That's probably why they're all skinny up there.
Probably. And it just gets real cold.
It's true.
Yeah.
But hey, Montana, get you some honey buns. Man.
Oh, yeah, get some honey buns up in there, Montana.
What the heck's going on?
I mean, good night. Fat boy from the South got to have a
I mean,
honey
come
bun.
on, buddy. At least make me feel at home a little bit.
That's it. You want me to hang around a while, then get me a honey bun or five.
Yeah, exactly.
Get
I'll
me
be
a
around.
case of them. Shoot, yeah. Well, let's segue a little bit. Let's go into more of like the style of apparel and clothing you wear.
Yeah, you don't need all this crazy expensive, hundreds of dollars worth of gear. You just don't. And now listen, there's some cheap gear out there that is just that, cheap gear, and it ain't worth a flip. I will pay good money for good stuff, but I don't want to just pay a lot of money for a name or a design. Like, there's some stuff out there that's just unnecessary. Dude, look, you can go to Walmart and just get you some whatever Walmart, branded apparel stuff that they have, and whether it's your cheaper, Realtree or Mossy Oak stuff is usually what they have. They may have some True Timber in there now, but it's like you don't need super, super great. You can just get some stuff there, and you can at least start there and go hunt, and you can kill a deer with just good old whatever works, man. Or go in your granddad's closet and get something out of there. Because let me tell you, dude, they used to kill deer in flannel and blue jeans, and
Yep.
You don't need the fanciest name and all this jazz. Like, you don't need to blow a bunch of money. You need a little something to break you up. And I mean, dude, and even if all you can afford is some brown breeches and a black shirt, like,
That's
start
fine.
there.
Well, here's the thing. Deer can see UV anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So what you wash your clothes in, they can see you.
Yeah. You got to get that UV stuff that you can wash with. I forget what
Yeah.
it's called. But yeah, man. I mean, it's like you don't need, and I don't want to pick on companies, but like you don't need all that fancy stuff.
No, you don't. Especially to get started, it's more of a preference, and it's more of like a longevity thing for the gear.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like I said, there's great gear out there.
Yes, that lasts
good
a
money.
long time, and it's well worth the money because it pays for itself really quick. But you don't have to have that to get in the woods.
Exactly.
You can go out there, and I'm telling you, you know what? This brings me to a good point here. You know that nice buck I killed a couple years back in muzzleloader, my very first muzzleloader buck?
Oh, yeah.
I was wearing a T-shirt. Sure was.
Dude.
T-shirt and orange vest.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you don't need all this fancy stuff.
Exactly. You don't. You don't have to have it to get out there in the woods. So we're trying to encourage you to get out in the woods and have fun. Just have a good time.
Yeah.
And enjoy God's creation.
Yeah, you don't need $1,500 worth of gear when you walk out there.
No, you don't. But there's another good thing here that I've been told my whole life. It's that you have to hunt all day to kill a big buck.
Nope. Just
False
hunt
again.
the right. And,
Not saying it's not a bad idea sometimes, like in the rut, because those deer could move at any time.
Yeah, and I want to be clear. It's like, not that these things are 100% false.
Yeah.
They're just not 100% true.
Yeah, they're, because I've gone out,
Yeah. They get
sat
so
down,
played up.
10 minutes later killed a deer. I was like, well, that was fast.
Yeah, man. And I've gone weeks without killing something.
Same here. So I think it's all just about scouting and knowing
Yeah,
what your deer are doing,
Yes.
more importantly than anything.
You know, what are your cameras telling you? What are your eyeballs telling you? And eventually, you hunt a farm so often, you're going to find the pattern of that farm.
And you're going to know what they're doing.
And be like, this week has always kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Or like, I need to sit because it's going to happen.
Well, you know, I have one row of trees on the ranch on top of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Those bucks scrape it every year. They rub there and scrape there every year. Same line, same spot, never changes. And I know that by October 31st, there's going to be a scrape line there and a rub line every year.
Yeah.
And it's right around that time frame.
There you go.
Now, it may be a day off, but, you know, here or there, but it's pretty consistent in the same spot every year.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, you know, it's like definitely try to sit longer than, you know, till 7 a.m. But this idea that you have to sit all day or you're not a hunter or, you know, you're not like, oh, my gosh, dude. Like, if you can just sit there whenever you know, like, or you have an idea of a pattern because of cameras or whatever, you know, you only need to be there as soon as whenever the deer's there.
I always have this philosophy because I run late a lot.
Yeah, that's
you only have to be there 10 minutes before the deer comes out. Just long enough for me to get my gun out the window.
Yeah. Hey, I hear you, buddy. You know, it's like, I mean, you know, and again, there's all different sorts of situations.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
if you know the deer are bedded close and you could slip in there at night and, you know, or not night, but in
cover
in
of
the
darkness.
dark,
Yeah.
you know, and maybe use like a red light versus a big old bright flashlight, all these different things.
Or do like me and just walk in with no light.
Yeah, if you know the farm well enough and you can see, why not?
I'm telling you, I don't use lights on the farm.
Yeah.
I walk pitch black.
Yeah, old Johnny boy can't see in the light, let alone the dark. I need a little assistance.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. So, you know, I think it's just all situational, and I think that, you know, you do everything you can to be the best that you can.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, don't get upset when it doesn't work out.
Yeah, you know, and as far as stuff goes, gear, guns, bows, like, man, arrows, broadheads, like all this stuff, over time, you'll eventually just slowly accumulate piece by piece.
Right, exactly.
But, like, man, you don't need to go blow thousands.
Man, I killed my first buck with a bow with one of them aluminum arrows with the real fletching on it, the real feathers.
Yep.
And a muzzy fixed blade.
Dude, I love it.
That's what I killed my first. I swapped it out of my dad's closet.
Heck yeah.
Because I was out of arrows.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
well, hey, this will work. It's an arrow deck.
It'll fly.
And that deer came out first day. He busted me because I was like maybe 15, 14, 15. I couldn't drive yet. And he busted me the first day. Well, the next day, he did the same thing again. So I let him get lined up with that tree in front of me, that his head, get behind that, and I stood up and drew.
Yep.
The second he stepped out and I could see that shoulder and heart, lung area, I did the bah, you know, meh. And now I'm more to the, hey, deer.
Yeah, exactly.
Settle down over there.
Quit running so I can shoot you.
Yeah. Stop that running, boy. Anyway, nonetheless, you know, it's just all been situational for me. So,
dude, it works.
Every hunt's different. Every situation's different. You know how many times we've looked at each other and said, we ain't going to see a dang thing.
Yep. And then sure
a bunch. And then sure enough, we see them or we take one to the freezer.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, you know, I'm not saying you walk up in the stand and start playing the drums.
No.
But, like, dude, you can get away with a lot more than you think.
You can. And
you don't need this. I tell you, man, my first deer I ever shot was with a hand-me-down. I still have it. It's a 30-30 Marlin lever action.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, you know, that you can go buy that gun, you know, a few $100, whatever. But it's like, you know, it worked. It shot. You know, I don't need this crazy, you know, $1,300 rifle. Like, listen, are those rifles nice?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're sweet.
They're awesome.
And I love it. And I'm not mad at you if you want to shoot one. That's
no,
awesome.
That's great. We'd shoot them too.
Yeah.
I
but
mean,
like you don't
have to have that to get into hunting.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying.
You
man.
don't have to have it.
Dude, I thought I was awesome, man, whenever, as I was shooting my dad's old bow, And then whenever I could save up, and I went to Bass Pro and I bought me a Bear Attitude, brand new.
Oh, Bear Attitude.
And it was a ready to hunt package. Boy, it had a whisker biscuit and a quiver and shoot a sight. I thought, boy, I made it. And you know, like if you go to someone today and try to get them into bow hunting, like hardly anybody would say go buy a $500 ready to hunt package.
Yeah.
Dude, I shot so many deer with that darn thing.
Dang right, man.
I still have it. Works great.
My first bow was a high country outdoors youth bow.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I remember them.
Yeah, that was my very first bow, and I thought it was the baddest thing on the face of the earth.
Oh yeah, dude.
And now we've got these Matthews, and
yeah,
you got Hoyt and the Cabela's blackouts, and
they're phenomenal engineered pieces of machinery.
They are. But we started with those bows that had 0 let off.
Yo,
0.
Yeah, dude, that bow from Cabela's we got.
It's slick.
Holy crap, man! It's a smooth shooting bow.
Oh, it is very smooth.
And
Love it.
I really do enjoy it. And but I'm not. Yeah, man. If you can't afford that bow, I'm not going to tell you to go get it.
No,
go get something
go
that
shoot
you can afford.
A Bear Alaskan or something like that.
Dude, I tell you, man. And we're not sponsored by Bear or anything.
No.
And we shoot the Cabela's bows, but man, them Bear bows are great for starters.
They are great, man.
And if you just want to shoot Bear, shoot Bear. That's awesome.
Blackout has a line for starters too.
Yes, they do.
That's another thing about it is there's plenty of options out there to where you don't have to spend half your mortgage on getting into the hunting world.
No, and arrows, like you don't have to buy the. I started out with literally blackout arrows.
Yep. And
they work great. And eventually I went and when life happens, I made some more money. I went and bought me a nicer arrow.
Yeah.
But does that arrow kill a deer just like the other one does?
Sure does.
Yep, sure enough. I mean, it's like, I can tell once you get into the nitty gritty of things, I can tell some things, but like, if you just want to go kill something,
just go
grab the arrow that'll work and it'll be fine.
Yeah, I've gotten bougie, John.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have them, the same ones that you do. Yeah. They're nice.
I got that.
We pay for them.
I got that buddy of mine that he custom built them for me. Put the custom fletching on them and all that stuff. And
yeah, you can get. Trust me.
If
you want to spend money in this world,
as you want to get,
you can spend money in this world. I mean, yeah, we're just talking about gear. Then, let alone you want to go pay to go hunt somewhere or something like that,
and then duck hunting on top of that. Shoot, man! I have spent the past 20 years collecting decoys.
Yeah, you can. You could spend some showing up.
I think I could start an outfitting business right now with the amount of decoys I got in that trailer.
Oh yeah, and then that's just it. You bought a whole trailer. It's like
just for decoys.
Just for decoys.
Yeah, that's all that lives in there is decoys.
It's insane.
And blinds and
again, this is over like 30 years.
Yeah, exactly. This is an accumulation. It's not like I just woke up one day and was like, "Oh, let's go.
I want to buy all this today.
I'm going to buy all this brand new today." I still have the first decoys I started with.
Yeah.
Sure do.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
In the pack. Still work.
Dude, I bought decoys off Facebook Marketplace. Just some dude, old hand-me-down, but he had a crap ton of them, man, like 12 dozen. These are some mallards and a few other things. But it was like, hey, man, I couldn't afford the brand new stuff.
I couldn't either, man.
So
that's what I did. I always bought them off Facebook Marketplace or if they had like a flash sale online or something.
I bought, and it's just slowly you chip away, and eventually, whatever. And that decoy works just as good as any other decoy.
Hey, it floats and moves.
Looks like a duck, you know what I mean? Like,
you might have to touch up the paint every now and then, but for the most part, it works very well.
And eventually, whenever you get to a point where you can buy the great best decoy that you don't need to do that to, well, that's awesome.
Of course.
But you don't need
Absolutely.
it. Yeah. Do you need it to kill a duck?
No.
So, like,
what you need to kill a duck is the ability to properly scout.
Yeah.
That's what you need to kill a duck.
And that just comes with time and effort, and you'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out. You'll get there. But, I'm going to move on back to the deer stuff.
Yeah.
So, I've heard this said before that giant bucks cannot come off public land, and I'm telling you right now that is a false statement if I've ever heard it.
Yeah. Now, is it harder?
Yes.
Sure. I'll give you that. Because, and you're dealing with the normal public land stuff. Obviously, a ton of people, pressure, those deer get more educated. Sure. Correct. But are they there? Yeah, dude. I live right next to a big old WMA, and there are giants killed off of it every single year.
Every single year. And you look at all the the states with the Delta ground like Mississippi and Arkansas, and there's giant deer. Louisiana,
yeah, man, you just gotta go in there and get them.
Coming off the public ground every year, even in the Midwest.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know, Georgia has great deer that come off that public land. You just have to be willing to go further and work harder than everybody else around.
Yeah, and now that's a situation where they're sitting longer because you have to get in there sooner, so therefore you'll sit longer.
Exactly.
You know, that is a situation where like, yep, it definitely has to happen.
Yeah, I mean, because if you're going to walk 2.5 miles into public land,
gotta give yourself a little bit.
There's
of time.
no sense in getting down at 9:30.
Yeah, dude. If you're gonna do all that work,
you might as well sit all day. Just pack you a couple sandwiches.
Yep. Get you honey buns.
Bologna sandwich and a honey bun. I'm good to go.
Boy, no wonder you was crapping in the stand. Good night, 11. Holy cow. That's a night just waiting to happen.
It's an explosive one, that's for sure.
Boys.
Yeah, the old honey buns and the bologna sandwich, that'll get you every time.
It'll get you, dude.
Yep, it'll get you.
But yeah, man, it's just this idea that you need all this fancy stuff, like, you just don't. You just don't.
Yeah, and, you know, you don't have to have the top of the line anything. Nope. You don't have to have the $50 million hunting land.
Nope. You don't need the biggest, baddest duck boat or fishing boat for that matter.
Shoot, man, I've caught more fish off a piece of junk kayak that had a hole in it.
Dude,
I'm telling you right now, there was one day me and my dad went out on this canoe.
Oh, boy.
And it had a hole in it.
Uh-oh.
One of the rivets shot out. And so it's shooting this arc of water, you know. And I'm thinking, well, this ain't good.
Well, I've been in better situations in life.
Yeah, you know, we're in the middle of the lake now.
Excellent.
At this point, you know, and I mean, we didn't have the traditional patch. We didn't have any of that. So I just took my little jig and went bloop, right in the hole.
Nice.
Guess what? It worked.
Hey, there you go.
A 4-cent jig.
Gotta love that.
Little tiny crappie jig.
Yep.
Worked just fine.
Heck yeah.
And that little tail was just sitting there jiggling while we paddled. You know what I mean?
Gotta love it. But hey, man, you know, it works.
Hey, it worked, man. I caught a few fish. It was fun, you know, but the thing is, we just improvised and went on instead of paddling all the way back with a spout of water just flying through the air.
Well, dude,
you know,
man, my dad, listen, we've had a lot of boats. And I'll tell you, 27 years of living, every boat that I've been in that's dad's has always leaked.
Yeah.
I've never had a boat not leak.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's the one thing a boat's not supposed to do?
Leak.
And it's like, oh my gosh, man. So I tell you, you do not need a fancy boat to catch fish.
No, you don't.
Yeah, dude, my dad bought this aluminum boat for $50 like 30 years ago. That boat has seen, I'm not joking, dude, tens of thousands of fish. I mean, probably 100,000 fish.
Yeah.
Just over all of it, me, my brother, my dad, and uncles. Everyone has used that boat.
Of course.
And then eventually, dude, I bought this bass boat that's sitting out here right now.
Yeah.
Boat, motor, trailer, $500.
Heck yeah.
And it's like, you just got to find them deals, man.
Hey, dude, I love the good deals. And, you know, my first duck boat was a 1978 low roughneck.
Heck yeah, dude.
It was a 16-footer and had a 65-horse motor on the
Yeah,
back.
get it, boy.
Boy, that thing was skin back and get now.
I love it.
And then I broke the foot off of it.
Yep, man.
You know,
Something breaks. It's a boat.
Of course. Well, and it's mine.
Oh,
I mean, anything
You're
that
not
I
taking
own
it
is
easy.
going to break. You know, and I was 17 and dumb, you know, thinking, well, you know,
been there.
I got to get out there in that duck hole, you know, and didn't think about the 4 inches of ice in the floor of that boat.
Why, yeah.
You know, it's weighing it down a lot, you know, never crossed my mind at all.
No, you never think about that kind of stuff.
So we get out there and, you know, it floats for a while. And then we get to the island and all that ice starts melting. And then that whole back end goes thonk under the water. And I was like, oh, sick.
This is great.
I was like, well, I saw it on a movie once. You just pull the plug and go as fast as you can, it all run out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that don't work. That breaks your. It may in the right circumstances.
Yeah. Right.
But when the prop is already a foot in the mud,
yes, dude.
that does not work. Dude, I freaking sent the shaft right out the side of that foot on that motor.
That's hilarious.
And so I ended up giving it to the old boy. He was like, man, I'll take it off and unwire it and everything if I can have the motor. I was like, I have it.
Tear it up, brother.
Just have fun with it. We ended up putting a mud motor on it, and boy, that was the worst decision I ever made. It's one of them long tail mud
Dude,
motors.
My brother's got one of those right now.
Oh,
I hate that stupid thing.
I mean, I've got a mud motor right now,
The
but
mud motor's great, like
Yeah.
a gator tail.
yeah, but
Something
the
like that.
long tail.
It just gets in the way, man.
I mean, they have their purpose.
They
They
do.
have their purpose.
I'm not saying they suck
but
totally, but they're
on
just a pain.
open water, that's not what they're meant for. They're meant for the swamps. They're meant for the backwater.
Then you hit a tree in a stump because you got 15
Exactly.
foot of. It's awful, dude.
Yeah. So yeah. That was a fun time in
But
my
needless
life.
to say, you don't need the $80,000 rig to go catch a fish or
No,
kill
I
a duck.
think I had like $1,500 in that whole rig
Heck
with
yeah.
a new motor and everything, and it was 24 horse Honda, and I thought, shoot, that Honda will run the rest of my life.
Yeah, dude.
Hondas run forever. We know that already.
No, yeah.
Yeah, so, but I remember distinctly, I was sitting out in the middle of the channel one day, looking at ducks, and I thought, this really sucks. Driving this boat out here in this deep water sucks. That was a bad choice.
Like,
Why didn't I get an outboard?
yeah, exactly.
know?
Like, why did I get
I
this
mean,
thing?
Here I am, thinking I got to have a long shaft mud motor to do anything, and I didn't need it at all.
Yeah, right.
I should have just got a tiller handle,
Yep.
40 horse, and I'd have been great.
Find one
Yeah.
from some old boy and pay a couple $100 for it. Change out the carburetor and rip.
Exactly, and my brother ended up putting a gator tail, or not a gator tail, Go Devil motor on it, and
Okay.
that was the best little boat ever. After he put that surface drive on there,
Yeah.
best little boat ever.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, but it still had the manual trim on it. You see,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it wasn't like these new ones, like mine at the house has got that push button trim. It was you had to turn that knob by hand while you're going.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome. Loved
You
it.
know, man, and there's something about using slightly crappy gear that just makes the story even better.
It makes you resourceful. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it makes you like appreciate when you do have nice things. You're like,
Oh, it
hey,
does.
this is awesome.
It does, and
'Cause
I
I know
couldn't
what-
tell you how many pair of waders I blew out and then tried to fix them, and that was an awful mistake.
Dude. Oh, I'll never forget. I mean, we were duck hunting in West Tennessee, and I had on I was wearing my neoprene onesies, boys.
Penguins.
God, dude. I was sitting there, and I was like, man, these feel real wet. And I was like, yep, I got a hole in these waders. And eventually, like, it gets cold, but then it warms up, and it's
Yeah.
not too bad.
Yeah.
But I remember just walking out of there, and you're like, how bad is it? And I put them waders off, and I 4 gallons of water dumped out of that stupid thing. I was like, gosh dang, boys.
Good night of living.
Yeah, I said, we'll just pitch these old rigs. And I think I patched it up for that trip, and eventually I got some new waders.
Yeah, you got you some new waders, but man, I'm telling you, it's funny how hard I am on gear.
Oh, yeah, dude. And that's the other thing is, like, eventually, just life happens. You make more money. You can afford nicer things. But now I just want good quality.
Yeah,
That's
that's
gonna last.
all I want to is good quality that's going to be good for at least an entire season.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And don't get me wrong, we got some really awesome gear and stuff that does last a while now. And technology is just better than it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Clothes are just made better. Arrows are made better. Everything.
Everything's made better. Technology has changed a lot of things, but I got one last story for you here.
I love it.
And this is one of those don'ts that I shouldn't have done.
Mhm.
My dad was like, you don't need to be out there cutting donuts in your truck in the yard. Well, I took the old Tahoe. You remember that old square body Tahoe?
I do.
Boy, I got out there in the snow, and I was cutting donuts in that thing, just, and I looked out the window. I was like, did I hit something? Because there's blood all over the snow.
Oh.
It wasn't nothing except for the transmission blew out.
Yo.
I had to put it in 4-wheel drive just to get back.
Yeah, you may not want to wreck your rig there.
That's one of them. You should probably listen to your pops on that one. Cause,
Yeah.
It didn't turn out good for me on that one. But the rest of the stuff, look, just go out and hunt. Have fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself. Enjoy God's creation.
Start with whatever you can start with.
Exactly. And just get out there. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. And don't worry about anybody else. Worry about you being in the woods, hunting, kill what you're going to kill, and eat it and love it. If you don't love it, that's fine too.
Well, look, I'll just tell you, man. Even if you don't want to ever upgrade your stuff or whatever, if it works for you, and rock on, man. Because that's all you're ever going to need is whatever works for you.
Exactly. That's all you will ever need is what works best for you in that time.
And just make it happen and have fun.
Hey, roll on with it.
I tell you, 'cause I'm just going to keep on doing whatever I like to do. And, there's just some stuff I'm like, I ain't paying that much money for.
Well, the older I get, John, the more I'm like, I really don't care what anybody else thinks.
Oh, gosh, no.
I'm going to do whatever BC and JW wants to do.
Hey, I'm right there with you, man. I don't care.
That's about it. As long as it's legal and ethical, I don't really care what anybody thinks.
Yeah. I'm going to go to that pond with my little ugly stick and my $19 little Shimano, or I think it's a Shakespeare Shimano or something.
Heck yeah.
Dude, they're the best little reels. They're literally $19.99.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need no $65 reel.
I'm pretty sure you caught a 5-pound bass on
more than
the
that.
day before you proposed to your wife on that exact rod and reel.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, man, I literally, don't get me wrong, I've got some nicer stuff, but, like, I love fishing. Literally my whole setup, at the time, the pole was like $30, got $20 in the reel, and I bought some, like, Eagle Claw fishing line from Walmart, and I'm like, cool.
It works.
Works great.
You just got to know how to work that drag a little bit.
That's it, man. Man, don't get me wrong, I've had nicer stuff and nice fluorocarbon line and all this crap.
I don't give a crap about none of that. I
Dude,
just want to
fish, man.
haul the fish in.
That's
all I care about.
It's just like, dude, if I can fool the fish on the other end, I'm good.
Just a jerk on one end, waiting on a jerk on another.
That's it, buddy. I don't need no $500 fancy rod. Because, dude, I went to the Bassmaster Classic here in Knoxville.
Oh, yeah?
And it's super awesome. If you ever get a chance to go to a classic, go.
Yeah, they are pretty sweet.
But those are obviously some very diehard serious bass fishermen.
Yeah, no, I'm not that serious.
And
I quit after about an hour.
Buddy, and I love bass fishing.
Yeah.
But holy crap, these people were proud of what they had to offer.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I ain't spending $300 on a rod, boys.
No, man.
You
know how I am. If I ain't caught something in 30 minutes, I'm done. I'm out of there. I'm like, well, we're just gonna go ride the lake for a little while. Just cruise around, have some fun. I care less about that fish over there. He's dumb anyway. He outsmarted me, but he's still dumb in my opinion.
Yeah, right.
I guess I just wasn't jiggling my worm just right, but I'm more of a saltwater fly fisherman, and
I do like fly fishing.
I will say I do love catching crappie. I love catching a crappie, a crappie, whatever you want to call them.
Well, dude,
love it.
We're going to try our best to make an episode of fly fishing.
Yeah.
I won't tell y'all when, because I don't know when this episode will air, but eventually me and my dad and my brother and Ben is going to tag along. We're going to be in downtown Gatlinburg.
Yo.
Fly fishing for the trout.
The whole rainbows.
So I'm hoping that works out cool, that we can show y'all some stuff about, because, fly fishing isn't our normal content, but it's super fun, and I really enjoy it. And I've never caught a trout on a fly rod. I've caught stuff on fly rod, caught trout before, but never
on the fly rod. Yep.
So I'm really hoping to do that, and just have fun and catch a lot of fish. So that's the game plan.
Yeah. Well, you got anything else?
No, man. And I'll tell you, dude, you just the biggest thing is you just don't need a lot to start. Literally, my fly fishing pole, I walked into Bass Pro and bought one that worked.
Yeah.
And I bought a case for it. I bought some flies, and I went to a fly shop, bought some stuff. But listen, just get out there, have fun, get whatever you want / can't afford.
Yes.
Speaking of that, the thing that everybody needs to get is Rooted merch. Go to rootedtelevision.com, hit the shop link, and go in there, and you can see all of our glorious gear: hats, T-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, dog bowls, cups, women, men, kids. I mean, by golly, we got it all, and we will be eventually be adding more stuff, as time goes. But one other neat thing about our shop that makes us different than everybody else, we actually have shirts that have pictures that Ben took. So, we didn't get it from clip art or Google Images, nothing like that. It are actual pictures that, Ben took and put it on there. So it's a 1-on-1. You're never going to find that shirt anywhere else other than the Rooted merch store. So rootedtelevision.com, hit the shop link, and it'll take you right to there.
And make sure to follow us on all the socials. And with that,
That's it.
the redneck is out.
See y'all.